Why is it so hard to lose this? It's one of the #1 questions I get from women, especially as you get older. Everybody wants to lose this. And unfortunately, everybody wants to lose this first, but I've got news for you, it's not gonna happen. So one of my very good friends, Jason Stuckey of Push Fitness in Indiana, taught me this, and I think it's a great way to explain it to women about how to lose belly fat. We'll get into other videos about more strategic ways to do that, and I've already addressed it in earlier videos, but let's talk about where you lose fat first and where you lose it last. So a really good explanation of this is when you buy a house. If you've ever bought a house, you know that in the beginning, I hope you like my drawing of the house. In the beginning, when you get a mortgage on a house, what are you paying the most on in the beginning? Interest, right? You pay a lot in interest in the beginning of your payments. The longer you pay, you start to pay down principal. So you buy the house maybe for $100,000. Another zero, okay? But after you calculate all the interest, you're up here around $200,000. And in the beginning, all your payments are going towards this. The longer you pay on your house, the interest goes down, and you start to now pay on this $100,000 of principal. So you've got this big house payment, you keep paying until the payment gets a little smaller or the interest goes down and you're starting to pay on principal. A lot of that is very similar to how women lose weight. So in your body, the way that you're gonna lose weight, here's my cute little woman with her little dress on, is that when you start a diet or you start an exercise program and you're eating better and you're losing weight, it's not gonna go from here first. It's gonna start at the top of your body and it's gonna work its way down. That's why when people lose weight, you can tell in their face. You can see it in their face and their neck. And then what happens is the longer they make payments, which means they stay eating healthfully and they keep working out, the weight and the fat loss goes here and it stops about here. Okay? So you keep going, you're still paying off interest. Then you keep going, that's the key, keep going, and the weight loss starts to come from here up. So you start to see changes in your knees, and it starts to come up here. And then what happens is, as you keep going, the weight loss and the fat loss goes here. Guess where your principal is? It's right here, and it's what you're gonna see results in last. I wish that I could tell you, work out for 6 weeks or 3 months and get a flat belly. It's not true, it won't happen. So I'm here to tell you how it really is, how it works in the real world, so that you have realistic expectations. And the problem is when people don't have realistic expectations, they get frustrated. So here's where it goes last. This area right here is your principal. The other thing that happens when people get frustrated because they have unrealistic expectations, they're like, oh, that diet didn't work, or that exercise program didn't work because it didn't make me lose any belly fat. Well, my friend, you just didn't stick with it long enough, probably. And then the other problem is that people, they quit and they restart, and they quit and they restart. It's kind of like refinancing. You just put yourself further and further away from your principal every time you refinance. So I hope that makes sense to you. I hope it helps you understand where you're going to lose fat first. And no matter what program you choose, you have to stick with it. You have to give it enough time or you're never going to get the results that you want.